The 50 million deal just imploded because you won't stop staring at the girl who serves your artisanal latte, Javier's voice hissed, cutting through the high-end conference room's noise cancellation glass. Leonardo felt the blood drain from his face. His daughter, Luna, looked up from her iPad Pro, those enormous, innocent eyes seeing everything. "Dad, Mr. Javier is mad at you." The silence in the top-floor office suite, suspended between high-rise glass and polished concrete, was sharper than any sound. Renata, the community manager who had just delivered their weekly coffee order, froze by the door. "Luna." Leonardo could barely whisper the name. The 7-year-old tilted her head. "What?" "It's true. Every Thursday, you watch the woman who makes your coffee, and you smile differently. You don't even smile at your board members like that." Renata slowly lowered the tray. Her knuckles were white against the steel rim. "Luna, sweetheart, Leonardo searched for the words, but they choked in his throat. "Were you expecting a different partner for this pitch?" Renata asked, her voice coming out rougher than she intended, a shield against the sudden public exposure. The co-working space below was a low hum of activity. Keyboards clicking, founders pitching, expensive Italian espresso machines churning. But in this corner of the 40th floor, the world had stopped. Leonardo met Renata's gaze. Her eyes were sharp, but he saw a tremor beneath the practiced professional calm. "I wasn't waiting for a partner," he said, the truth cutting through the professional veneer. "I was waiting for you." Renata took a step back as if she'd been physically pushed. I need a moment." She turned on her heel and disappeared towards the elevator bank. Luna looked up, confused. "Dad, did I do the wrong algorithm?" "No, my love, you didn't do anything wrong." But as he looked down at the co-working floor, where Renata had vanished into the maze of sleek glass pods, he knew that the foundation of his carefully managed life had just shifted. He had no idea if it was towards disaster or a genuine seed round of hope. 6 months earlier, Leonardo had first entered The Exchange, the prestigious co-working space, looking for a distraction while Luna played on her iPad. He wasn't seeking anything more than a quiet corner away from the noise of Wall Street. Then she approached him. "Good morning. What can I get for you?" "Mr. Fuentes?" Her brown hair was pulled back. Her eyes truly saw people, not just their job titles. A genuine smile reached those eyes. "An Americano, black." "Luna, do you want a protein smoothie?" "What flavor?" Renata asked Luna, surprising her with the query. "We have everything," Renata said, winking. "We can even blend two if you're indecisive." Luna laughed, the first authentic, unforced laugh Leonardo had heard in months. "Half chocolate, half berry, please." "Excellent choice. I'll be right back." When she walked away, Leonardo realized he'd been holding his breath. That afternoon, Luna didn't stop talking about the special smoothie artist. She demanded they return every Thursday. Leonardo agreed, knowing his reason had nothing to do with the protein. Now, 6 months later, he was sitting in his executive office, staring at the empty spot where Renata had stood. His phone vibrated with a text from Javier. "So, how's the 'it's not a date, it's a productivity meeting' going?" Leonardo typed and deleted 3 responses. Finally, he flipped the phone face down. "Dad, why are you buffering?" "I'm not buffering." "You are. You got like this when Grandma asked if you were dating that hedge fund manager." Leonardo sighed. Sometimes Luna was too perceptive for his own good. A different community manager, wearing a professional blank smile, dropped off his Americano. "Renata had to attend to an urgent client request." "Thank you," Leonardo muttered. Luna, stirring her smoothie, looked thoughtful. "Dad, did you know what you were doing when you said that?" He looked at her, and the look in her eyes, so full of innocent insight, reminded him so much of Anna that his chest ached. "Honey, you have 7 photos of Mom in the house. You look at them every night before you sleep." And that's okay, Luna continued, because I do too. But we've been coming here for 6 months, and this is the first time I've seen you smile like you used to smile before. His daughter's words felt like a fatal blow. It's not that simple. Because I'm terrified, he thought. Because I don't know if I have the right to feel this. Because I buried the woman I loved 3 years ago and vowed Luna was all that mattered. And because that community manager sometimes looks at me like she feels something too. And that terrifies me more than losing any investment. Finish your smoothie, he said instead. We're late for the Zoom call. Luna sighed, but obeyed. She knew when not to insist. When Leonardo went to pay downstairs, Renata was still absent. The other community manager charged him with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Outside, the city heat hit him like a shockwave. Are we coming next Thursday? Luna asked as they walked to the driver. Leonardo looked back. Through the glass, he saw a figure moving behind the espresso bar. Brown hair, hands that trembled while wiping down the steel machine. I don't know, Luna, he thought. But as the driver pulled away, he knew it was a lie. He would come back. He always did. The question was, what would he do when he got there? The following Thursday, Leonardo left Luna with Beatrice, his mother, citing an urgent pre-IPO meeting. I know you're lying, but I won't press, Beatrice said, giving him the look that meant exactly that. What time should I pick her up? She'll want to go to the gallery. Give her 3 hours. Leonardo kissed Luna's forehead. She looked up at him with those eyes that saw too much. Are you going to the exchange? I have to do something first. Dad, Luna took his hand. If you see her, tell her the truth. All of it. He arrived at the exchange at 8:00 a.m., an hour before his usual time. The lobby was empty except for a few early bird coders. Renata was wiping down a table. She froze when she saw him. You're early. I know. His palms were sweating. Can we talk? She glanced around. The assistant manager was in the back office. 5 minutes, but if a client comes in, I have to step away. Leonardo sat. Renata remained standing, arms crossed. An armored stance. Last Thursday, he began. Look, I get it. She cut him off. Your daughter is 7. Kids say things. It's nothing. It's nothing to you or nothing to me. Renata clenched her jaw. Let's not do this. I've been coming here for 6 months. The words poured out like a flood. Not for the high-speed fiber. Not for the location. For you. Stop it. Luna realized it before I did. I felt guilty every time I caught myself looking for you. But I can't pretend it's not true anymore. Renata closed her eyes. You don't know me. I know you're studying data analytics at night while working every day. I know your brother is in his 2nd year of software engineering because you fund his tuition. I know you put extra cinnamon in the lattes of the founders who look stressed out. I know. Enough. Her voice broke. Please. Leonardo fell silent. The tension stretched between them like pulled wire. My wife died 3 years ago, he said finally. Cancer. Luna was 4. I shut down. I was functional. I worked. I raised my daughter. But I was dead inside. Renata was looking at him now, her eyes glistening. And then you walked in here 6 months ago, and Luna asked for that special smoothie, and you took the time to ask her what she really wanted, and she smiled. And I swallowed. I felt something. For the first time in 3 years, I felt something. This isn't fair, Renata whispered. I know. And if you don't want anything to do with me, I understand. But I needed you to know it wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't an accident. I come here to see you, to hear you, to steal 2 minutes of conversation over a coffee I don't even like that much anymore. Renata wiped her eyes with the back of her hand. Why are you telling me this? Because Anna would have laughed at me, he said, a sad smile touching his lips. She would have said 6 months of looking at you from afar is the most cowardly strategy in the world, and she'd be right. I can't, Renata said. I can't do this. Leonardo's chest tightened. Why? Because I'm a VC? Because I wear suits that cost more than your tuition? Because you think I'm like him? Renata froze. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. The guy who embarrassed you. The one who hid you. How? Because I recognize that look. The look of someone who decided it's better never to risk anything again. Renata finally sat down. Her hands were trembling on the table. His name was Patrizio. We dated for 18 months. His friends never met me. His family thought he was single. I swore I would never be anyone's dirty little secret again. I don't want to hide you, Leonardo said. I want to invite you to a real dinner, where I'm not the investor, and you're not the community manager. It's complicated. Everything worthwhile is. Renata almost smiled. And if I say no, I'll still come every Thursday with Luna. And we'll be friends if you let me, because your friendship is already worth more than 6 months of hoping. The main entrance doors slid open. A familiar voice cut through the space. Dad, look what Grandma got me! Leonardo turned. Luna rushed in with a high-end coding kit under her arm. Behind her, Beatrice, pristine in a designer suit, stopped in the doorway, her eyes finding Leonardo, then Renata, then returning to Leonardo with a long, evaluating stare. Am I interrupting? Beatrice asked, her soft voice signifying the exact opposite. Renata stood up so quickly her chair scraped the polished floor. I'll bring the menu. You know our order, Luna said innocently, but Renata was already retreating. Beatrice sat next to Leonardo. She didn't say a word. She didn't need to. Did you tell Renata the truth? Luna asked. I told her. And? Leonardo looked towards the coffee bar, where Renata was preparing their orders with trembling hands. And now we wait. 4 weeks passed. Leonardo still came every Thursday with Luna, but something had changed. There was no pretense. Renata would sit with them when the space was quiet. 5 minutes at first, then 10, then half an hour. Why data analytics? Leonardo asked one Thursday, while Luna built a virtual world on her iPad. I grew up in the Tenderloin. Renata stirred her tea thoughtfully. My block had 36 kids with potential and nowhere to go. Their parents worked 3 jobs. Boot camps cost a fortune. The free resources were outdated. And what did you do? I taught them. I sat on the stoop and taught them Python. It sounds silly, but it doesn't sound silly at all. But teaching doesn't scale. I want to launch a non-profit tech education platform someday. Free, quality curriculum for low-income students. Leonardo leaned forward. Do you have a plan? I have 3 cloud documents filled with plans. I'm missing 5 things. Funding, time, a developer team, more funding, and the degree. But you'll do it? It wasn't a question. It was absolute certainty in his voice. Renata felt something warm expand in her chest. Yes, I will. Luna looked up from her screen. Can I join your platform when I'm sad? Renata stroked her hair. You'll be my first VIP beta tester. And can Dad join? Luna asked. Luna, Leonardo warned. What? He's sad sometimes too. I hear him at night. The silence fell heavy. Renata looked at Leonardo. His eyes were fixed on his coffee. I miss Mom, Luna said simply. But I barely remember her. Just the photos. Leonardo closed his eyes. She was funny, he said, his voice raw. She was the only person who understood my terrible financial metaphors. She'd tickle you when you were angry until you gave up and laughed. You tell me those things, Luna said, but it's not the same as remembering. Renata felt a knot in her throat. The raw honesty of a 7-year-old was a cutting instrument. I wish you remembered her, Leonardo whispered. Me too, Luna returned to her screen. But at least I have you, and now I have Renata too. Leonardo and Renata looked at each other over the top of the child's head. Something wordless passed between them. When they finished, Luna went to the restroom. Leonardo paid. Thank you, he said, for being so good to her. It's easy. She's an incredible kid. Renata's hand brushed his, barely a touch. She gets that from her father. Outside, Luna realized she'd forgotten her favorite plush-coating octopus, Odo, on the table. "Odo! I left Odo!" "I'll go back for him," Leonardo said. But when they returned to the lobby, Renata was already running after them, the plush toy clutched in her hand. "Wait!" she shouted. Luna hugged it like it was gold. "Thank you, Renata. Dad gave him to me when Mom..." She stopped. "He's special." "I know." Renata crouched to her level. "That's why I ran." "You live far," Leonardo said. "I could have picked it up later." "I'm in the Tenderloin. It's not that far. But thank you." Renata hesitated. Something crossed her face. "You know what? I'm off shift in an hour. If you want, I can drop it off. That way Luna doesn't have to wait." Leonardo blinked in surprise. "Are you sure? I don't want to inconvenience you." "It's no inconvenience." An hour later, Renata stepped off the subway in Pacific Heights. The neighborhood was another world. Modernist mansions, organic cafes. The air was thick with the scent of wealth and privilege. Leonardo's apartment was in a guarded high-rise. "Renata Salazar?" the concierge asked. "Mr. Fuentes is expecting you. Penthouse floor." The elevator was mirrored. Renata saw her reflection. Co-working uniform, hair escaping the ponytail, dark circles under her eyes from studying until 2 a.m. "What am I doing here?" The door opened. Leonardo was waiting in the hallway. "You made it," he smiled. Luna is about to explode with excitement. The apartment was luminous. Huge windows, modern but comfortable furniture, photos everywhere. "Renata!" Luna rushed out and hugged her. "Want to see my coding project?" "Luna, let her breathe," Leonardo laughed. "It's fine," Renata said. "I'd love to." Luna's room was a world of color and circuits. But what stopped Renata was the hallway wall. Photos. Dozens of photos. Leonardo and a woman with an enormous laugh. The woman pregnant. The woman with baby Luna. The three of them together. Anna had been beautiful. But more than that, she had been radiant. "That's Mom," Luna said, appearing next to her. "Dad says I look like her." "You do," Renata whispered. "You have her smile." Leonardo appeared with 2 glasses of iced tea. "Luna, why don't you show Renata your science project?" When Luna ran to get her binder, Leonardo approached Renata. "I know it's a lot. The photos." "No, it's fine." Renata looked at him. "She was important to you. She still is. She will always be part of your story. She should be." The vulnerability in Leonardo's eyes almost undid her. They spent another hour there. Luna showed her project. They ate cookies. They laughed. When Renata said she had to leave, Leonardo insisted on walking her to the subway stop. "You don't have to. It's getting dark. I live in the city. I'm used to it." They walked in silence. The heat of the day had become the cool, damp breeze of the Pacific night. At the station, they stood close. "Renata," Leonardo said, "this thing we're doing." "I don't know," she admitted. "But it doesn't scare me as much as it used to." She boarded the train. Through the window, she watched him stay there. Watching. The apartment in the Tenderloin was different. Small. The walls needed paint. You could hear the neighbors. Tomas was studying at the kitchen table. "How was it?" "Different." "Good different or bad different?" Renata slumped into a chair. "He lives in another world, Tomas. That apartment is bigger than our entire building." "So? And you don't see it?" "I'll never be part of that world." "Who says you have to be? He can be part of yours." Before she could respond, her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Made it home safe. Leonardo." Something melted in her chest. "Yes, thanks for everything." "Thank you. Luna won't stop talking about your visit. She's a genius. She gets that from her mother." Renata smiled in spite of herself. But the next day, when 3 investors from Leonardo's VC firm walked into the co-working space, the bubble burst. "Barista!" one called out. 3 cortados, quickly! Renata approached. Good morning. Anything else? Nothing, thanks. He sat down at the table nearest the coffee bar. They didn't lower their voices. I don't get how Leo can spend time in these places, one said. The coffee is mediocre, and the service is slow. He comes for the kid. Seems the girl likes the staff. Still, there are better places. But you know Leo, always with that humble thing. The tone was mocking, as if mixing with the help made him a better person. Renata felt the floor open beneath her. The help. The cups rattled on the tray. Somehow she reached their table without spilling anything. When they left, she locked herself in the break room. Patricio's words echoed in her memory. It's not that I'm ashamed of you. It's just that my world and yours are incompatible. She looked in the mirror. Black uniform, coffee-stained apron. Hands rough from washing dishes. What was I thinking? Leonardo was kind. He was genuine. But in the end, she would always be the staff. And he would always be the client who could never really stoop that low. The invitation arrived on a Wednesday. Renata was wiping down tables when Luna appeared at the co-working space entrance. Alone. Luna, where's your dad? In the car. He let me come alone because I have to give you this. She handed her an envelope decorated with glitter and star stickers. Renata opened it. The handwriting was large, messy, perfect. Dear Renata, I have a school play. It's Friday at 6. I would really like you to come. I'm going to be an AI angel. Dad says I can invite anyone I want, and I want to invite you. Please say yes. Love, Luna. P.S. Your favorite color is purple. Renata's heart squeezed. Luna, I know you work, Luna interrupted. But it's at 6. Dad says you leave at 5, and the school is close by, in Pacific Heights. Sweetie, it's complicated. Why? Those enormous eyes saw right through her. Is it because of what those men said? Renata froze. What men? The ones from the other day who talked ugly. Dad got very angry when I told him. You told him? Of course. And Dad said they were, well, a bad word, and that they are never coming to our office again. Luna's lower lip trembled. Please, Renata, it's only 2 hours. I don't have a mom to watch me. Grandma will be there, but it's not the same. And there it was. The naked truth of a 7-year-old. Renata knelt to her level. Then I have to be there to hear it. Luna threw herself into her arms. When she left, Renata stared at the invitation. The San Francisco Private Academy was exactly what Renata expected. Historic building, huge courtyard, immaculate uniforms. Renata arrived 5 minutes early, dressed in the best she had. A simple blue dress she'd bought for a job interview 2 years ago. She sat in the back row of the auditorium. The seats quickly filled with families. Mothers with pearls, fathers in tailored suits, grandparents, who looked like they were on a Forbes cover. Renata made herself small. Renata. She looked up. Leonardo was there, smiling. You came? I promised Luna. Come, I saved you a seat up front. No, I'm fine back here. Renata. His voice softened. There was something in the way he said it, as if she mattered, as if her presence mattered. She stood and followed him. The seat was in the 3rd row, next to Leonardo. On the other side, Beatrice gave her an unreadable look. Good evening, Mrs. Fuentes. Good evening. The response was polite, but chilly. Leonardo handed Renata a program. Luna is number 8, the AI angel, she told me. Their hands brushed over the paper. Neither pulled away. The lights dimmed. The play began. Luna came out on stage with cardboard wings and an oversized white tunic. She was serious, concentrated. When her moment came, she took a deep breath. Fear not. Her voice was clear and strong. I bring you good news of great joy. A new code has been written today, an API for hope. Renata felt tears. Tears in her eyes. She didn't know why. Leonardo took her hand. This time, it wasn't a brush. It was intentional. Beatrice noticed. Her back stiffened. When the play ended, the children rushed into the arms of their families. Luna launched herself first at Leonardo, then at Renata. "You came. You really came. You were perfect." Renata hugged her. "Better than any angel I've ever seen." "Really?" Luna turned to Beatrice. "Grandma, this is Renata, Dad's special friend." The silence stretched for 3 seconds too long. 3 seconds that felt like an hour. "A pleasure," Beatrice said finally. "Leonardo has mentioned his favorite coffee place." She didn't say she mentioned you. She said his favorite coffee place. Renata felt the sting, direct to her chest. "The pleasure is mine, ma'am." Other families approached. Leonardo introduced them. Renata, a friend of the family. Over and over. Friend, friend, friend. A woman with a pearl necklace smiled tightly. "A friend, how nice. Where do you two know each other from?" "Renata manages the coffee bar at the exchange," Leonardo said. Naturally, the word carried worlds. How quaint. Another man, a partner at Leonardo's firm, approached. "Fuentes, I didn't know you were seeing someone." "We're not," Renata began. "It's complicated," Leonardo interrupted. Complicated. That word again. "Well," the man smiled. "As long as the kid is happy, right?" As if Renata were a danger. As if her presence needed justification. Luna was still clinging to her hand, oblivious to the currents beneath the surface. "Want to come over for dinner? Grandma always makes too much food." "Luna," Beatrice said firmly. "I'm sure Renata has other plans." "No, but your grandmother is right." Renata knelt. "I have to go back, but thank you for inviting me. It was beautiful watching you perform. Are you coming to the coffee bar on Thursday?" "Of course," she lied. She knew it already. Leonardo walked her to the exit while Beatrice stayed with Luna. "Don't listen to them," he said. "They're snobs." "It's not that." "Then what is it?" Renata stopped at the door. The festive lights of the decorated courtyard shone behind them. "Your mother called me the favorite coffee place. She's having a hard time. Give her time, eh?" "Time for what? For her to learn to tolerate the help?" "Don't say that. It's the truth." The tears finally fell. "And you know it. Renata, my daughter is incredible. And you are. You're good, too good. But this," she pointed inside, where the perfect families were taking perfect photos. "I don't belong here. Who decides that?" "The world." She wiped her eyes. "Reality. The way your mother looked at me as if I were a mistake." Leonardo took her hands. "I don't give a damn how my mother looks at you." "But I do." Her voice broke. "I do, because I've been through this before, and I won't be anyone's uncomfortable secret again." "You're not a secret, but I'm uncomfortable. I saw it on their faces. All of them." "Renata, please. I need to think." She pulled away. I need to think." She left before he could stop her, before she could see his expression. In the following days, Renata realized her decision was already made. She was protecting herself. She put in a request for a transfer to the corporate client services office in Palo Alto. A fresh start. Her supervisor approved it in an hour. She was starting in 2 weeks. 2 weeks to say goodbye to something that never really began. That night, she wrote back to Leonardo. "Yes, take care of Luna. She's special." She didn't mention Thursday. She didn't mention anything else. She turned off her phone. The following Thursday, Leonardo and Luna walked into the exchange at their usual time. Luna ran ahead, looking. She stopped dead. "Where's Renata?" A new community manager approached with a professional smile. "Good morning. Table for 2? We want our usual spot," Luna said. "And we want Renata to serve us." The manager's smile wavered. "Renata no longer works here. She transferred to our Palo Alto branch 2 weeks ago. Would you like to see the menu?" 2 weeks ago?" Leonardo repeated. The school play had been 2.5 weeks ago. Last Thursday, Luna had been sick. They hadn't come. and Renata had seized the opportunity to vanish without a word. "No," Leonardo said. "We're not staying." "Dad?" Luna's voice trembled. "Did Renata leave because of me?" "What? No, sweetheart, of course not. But I invited her to the play, and then she got sad." Leonardo knelt in front of her in the middle of the crowded lobby. "None of this is your fault. Do you hear me? None of it." "Then why did she leave?" He had no answer for that. That afternoon, Leonardo drove to Palo Alto. The new office was smaller, darker, less her. Renata was behind a reception desk when he walked in. She saw him immediately. Her expression closed like a vault door. Leonardo approached. "Seriously, just like that?" "I'm working." "Leonardo, do you need a temporary office, or did you just come to waste my time?" The words hit him physically. "Luna asks about you." He saw the pain cross her face before she could hide it. "Give her my best." "Is that it? My best? What do you want me to say, Leonardo?" Her voice rose. "That this is easy? That it doesn't hurt? Then why are you doing it?" "Because it's the right thing to do." She wiped her eyes angrily. "Because that kid deserves better than this." "Than you. That's a lie and you know it." "No, I don't." He leaned over the counter. "All I know is that I can't be another disappointment in her life." "You're not. Yet. Give me time." A client called from a desk. Renata walked away without looking back. Leonardo stood there like an idiot for 5 minutes before leaving. Luna stopped eating. Not dramatically. She just lost her appetite. "Luna, you have to eat," Leonardo said on the third night. "I'm not hungry. You haven't eaten properly in 3 days. Have you?" She looked at him. "You haven't either. I saw you throw away your takeout." Leonardo closed his eyes. When had his daughter become so observant? "I'm worried about you, sweetheart. And I'm sad," she said simply. "I miss Renata." "Me too." "Then why don't you go get her?" "I tried. She doesn't want to talk to me." "Why was Grandma mean to her?" Leonardo froze. "What?" "I'm not dumb, Dad. I saw how Grandma looked at her like she was a bad app." Tears started to fall. "And I know that's why she left. Because we're not enough. Because I'm not enough." Leonardo hugged her so hard it almost hurt. "You are everything. You hear me? Everything." "Then why do they always leave, Odo?" And there it was. The truth they'd been avoiding for 3 years. "Mom didn't leave because she wanted to," Leonardo whispered. "She got sick. She fought with everything she had to stay with us, but she still left." "Yes. And now Renata did too. It doesn't feel different." Javier arrived that night with takeout. A single glance was enough for him to understand. "Luna, want to watch a movie on my tablet?" "Can I?" "Go for it. Pick whatever you want." When Luna was gone, Javier turned to Leonardo. "You look like a failed startup." "Thanks. When's the last time you slept?" "I don't know. Wednesday?" "Brother." Javier sat down. "I've been watching you survive instead of live for 3 years. And I understood. Ana deserved that grief." "Javier. But now," he continued, "someone appears who makes you smile again. Someone who makes Luna smile. And you're going to let her go just like that? She's the one who left. Because she's scared, just like you." "I'm not." "You're terrified," Javier interrupted, "of betraying Ana, of not being enough, of Luna getting hurt. Am I wrong?" Leonardo was silent. "But you know what, brother? Ana is gone. And it sounds terrible, but it's true. And you and Luna are still here. How long are you going to live like ghosts? It's not that simple. It never is. But when was the last time you fought for something? For someone?" Leonardo had no answer. Leonardo sat in his study that night. In front of him were weeks of work. Code, wireframes, user experience, UX designs, financial projections, Renata's tech platform. Every detail she had ever mentioned. The coding labs for kids, the group mentoring spaces, the community-run tech support kitchen. He had started these mock-ups a month ago, when they were still drinking coffee together, when she spoke of her dreams with shining eyes. Now the plans were almost finished, and he had an idea. A terrible, risky, probably stupid idea. But it was the only thing he could think of. He picked up the phone and called Javier. "I need your help." "With what?" "With something that will probably make me look like an idiot." "Those are my favorite," Javier laughed. "Tell me everything," as Leonardo explained his plan. For the first time in 2 weeks, he felt something akin to hope. The text arrived on a Tuesday at 11 p.m. "I'll be at the Palo Alto office until 10 a.m. tomorrow. If you want to talk, we can. Renata." Leonardo read the message 5 times. Javier, sitting across from him reviewing the final pitch deck, smiled. "See, I told you she wasn't a coward. What if it doesn't work? What if it does?" Leonardo looked at the rolled-up wireframes on his desk. Weeks of work, every page, every button, every detail, designed for her. "Tomorrow," he said. "I'm going tomorrow. With the whole arsenal. All of it." The dry heat of the Silicon Valley morning hit the pavement when Leonardo and Luna arrived at the Palo Alto office. 5 days before Christmas, the city was buzzing under the bright California sun. Luna was carrying a box decorated with purple bows. Leonardo carried the wireframes under his arm and a letter in his pocket that he had rewritten 7 times. Renata was behind the reception desk. She froze when she saw them. "You came. You said we could talk," Leonardo said. "Yes, but..." She looked at the box, the wireframes. "What is all this? Can we sit down?" Renata looked at her boss. The woman nodded. "Take 15 minutes." They sat at a small round table. Luna placed the box on the table with solemnity. "This is for you," she said. "I made it myself." "Well, Dad helped with the tricky code." Renata opened the box. Inside was a handmade card, decorated entirely in purple. "Dear Renata, I miss you a lot. Dad does too, even if he doesn't say it as much. Please come back. It's not the same without you. Love, Luna. P.S. Your favorite color is purple." The tears came before Renata could stop them. "Luna!" "Not yet," Leonardo said softly. "There's one more thing." He unrolled the detailed wireframes and pitch deck on the table. Renata blinked, trying to focus. They were platforms. Detailed UX designs and financial projections. "What is this?" "Your non-profit tech education platform," Leonardo said. "In the Tenderloin, just like you wanted. 3 modules. Individual coding labs on the first floor, group mentoring spaces on the second, and a community-run tech support kitchen on the top, with a fully coded functional demo environment." Renata touched the paper as if it might disintegrate. "Large eastern windows for morning light. Accessible code for all users, a small VR space in front. Because you said virtual reality helps calm anxious users." When did you do this?" "I've been working on this for a month since you told me about your dream." "But this must have cost..." "It's pro bono," he interrupted. "My firm donated the design and development hours. We have a seed funder lined up. It's not charity. It's an investment. In something that matters. In someone who matters." Renata shook her head, overwhelmed. "I don't understand. After how I left, and after..." Leonardo took the letter from his pocket. "Can I read you something?" "Leonardo, please." Renata nodded, unable to speak. Leonardo unfolded the paper. His hands trembled slightly. "Renata, I've spent 3 years half living, functional, but not living. And then you appeared, with your genuine smile and your way of seeing people as if they truly mattered, and I started to wake up." He paused. Renata wiped her eyes. "I know my world can be cruel. I know there are people like my mother who will judge you by your job title instead of your heart. I know the snobs at my firm will make idiotic comments. But you know what I did? I told everyone, my family, my colleagues, my friends, that I am falling in love with an extraordinary woman." "Leonardo, no. A woman who works 2 shifts while pursuing a degree that will take her years. A woman who supports her brother through college without complaint. A woman who dreams of helping her community, not for ego, but because she understands pain. A woman who taught my daughter to smile again. Renata's tears were falling uncontrollably now. And yes, I mentioned you were the community manager, because I'm not ashamed of it. Because honest work is never something to be ashamed of. Because you are not your job. You are everything you do with your life. And what you do is extraordinary. I'm not asking you to be part of my world, Renata. I'm asking you to let me be part of yours. Because your world is real, and mine is sometimes just a pretty facade with empty people inside. I can't, Renata sobbed. I'm so scared. Me too, Leonardo admitted. I'm terrified of not being enough, of this hurting Luna, of betraying Anna's memory. So why? Because Luna told me something. His voice broke. She said Anna would want me to be happy, and she's right. Anna was the most generous person I ever knew. She would never want me to be trapped in the past. Luna, who had been silent, spoke. Mom would have wanted Dad to meet you because you take care of him. And me, too. Renata reached out and took Luna's hand. I don't want to replace your mom. You wouldn't, Luna said simply. She'll always be my mom. But you can be something else, something new. Renata looked at Leonardo. She saw everything there. Fear, hope, love, vulnerability. What if it doesn't work? What if your mother never accepts me? What if it does? Leonardo repeated Javier's words. What if in a year you're opening the doors to that platform? What if Luna has someone who loves her and looks out for her? What if we... He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. I'm scared, Renata whispered. Me too, but I'm more scared of not trying. I already made the purple Christmas decorations, Luna added. Because purple is your favorite. And Dad bought ingredients to make your favorite food, even though he can't cook very well. You researched my favorite food? Luna helped me. Leonardo smiled faintly. She said you always order pad thai on the 29th. Well, now it's our tradition, Luna said firmly. If you want. Renata looked at the two of them, father and daughter, hope and fear mixed in equal parts. She thought of Patrizio, who had hidden her. She thought of Leonardo, who had written a letter declaring his intentions to the whole world. She thought of all the Thursdays she had spent watching him, wondering if anyone would ever truly see her, and he had seen her. From the beginning. Yes, she said finally. Yes, I want to. Yes to dinner. Yes to trying. Yes to all of it. She wiped her face. But you'll have to be patient with me. I'm going to doubt. I'm going to be afraid. Me too. Leonardo touched her hand across the table. We can be scared together. That's weird, Luna confirmed. We love weird, don't we, Luna? We love weird, Luna agreed. The office manager appeared with 3 artisanal juices. Courtesy of the house, she winked. To celebrate. This place has terrible acoustics. And congratulations. When she left, Renata looked at the wireframes again. Do you really think we can do this? I know you can, Leonardo said. I just want to help. You deserve this. Renata felt something break in her chest, something she had been holding for years. Thank you, she whispered, for seeing me. Thank you, Leonardo replied, for letting me try. 6 months later, in late June, the high-rise windows of the exchange reflected the clear skies of early summer. Leonardo, Renata, and Luna walked into the co-working space on a Thursday at their usual time. But this time everything was different. Renata was not in uniform. She wore jeans and a sweater, her hair down, the relaxed smile of someone no longer running. Our table is free, Luna shouted, running toward the coffee bar. Daniela, a young community manager studying design, approached with a smile. Hi, Renata. The usual for everyone? You know it, Renata laughed. How is everything? Quiet. That founder asked about you yesterday. Tell her you'll pass by next week. When Daniela left, Leonardo took her hand across the table. Strange being back as a client? The strangest, but good. Renata had reduced her hours at the co-working space to just 2 shifts a week. The rest of the time was dedicated to her final year of data analytics. The nights were no longer a marathon of work and study. She had time, space, respite, and she had help. Leonardo had insisted. Not as charity, never that, but as a partner, as a team. Dad, Luna took a binder from her backpack. I finished the family project. Can I see it? Renata asked. That's why I want to show you first. Luna opened the binder. The title read, My Ecosystem. Value, not valuation. The first page had a photo of Leonardo with Anna. Young, radiant. Below it, Luna's careful handwriting. This is my mom, Anna. She is my legacy. She taught Dad how to love. Renata felt a lump in her throat. The next page had a recent photo. The 3 of them in the park. Taken by Javier a month ago. Luna in the middle, laughing. Leonardo and Renata on either side. This is my family now. Dad, me, and Renata. Renata is my investor. She is the one who puts time and resources into my future. Renata had to wipe her eyes. Luna, this is... There's more. Luna turned the page. A photo of Beatrice with Luna at a social event. This is my grandma Beatrice. At first, she thought Renata was low value, but now she likes her. The other day, she said Renata reminds her of her sister, who was a hard worker. I think that's good. Leonardo let out a surprised laugh. My mother said that? Uh-huh. When we went for ice cream. The last page had a drawing. The 4 of them. Anna on a cloud above, Leonardo, Luna, and Renata below holding hands. Some systems are complex. Mine has a legacy in the cloud and an investor on the ground. It has a dad who is sometimes sad, but less and less. It has me. That's okay, because value isn't just one thing. Value is who chooses you and who you choose back. And I have a lot of value. Renata couldn't contain her tears. Luna, this is perfect! Daniela arrived with the orders. Americano for Leonardo. Special half-and-half smoothie for Luna. Herbal tea for Renata. By the way, Leonardo said, as Luna took her smoothie. I spoke to the city planner yesterday. Renata looked up. And what? The permits are approved. We start construction next month. The tech education platform headquarters. Her dream. Tangible. Real. I can't believe it. Believe it. In 8 months, you'll be opening the doors. Right when you graduate. The timing is perfect. Luna raised her smoothie glass. A toast. To what? Leonardo laughed. Because Dad always toasts when good things happen. And this is a good thing. They clinked their glasses. Americano, smoothie, and herbal tea. An improvised family toasting to dreams coming true. The main doors opened. Beatrice walked in, looking for them. There they are. She approached and kissed Luna. Ready for our outing, my love? Almost. I haven't finished my smoothie. Beatrice looked at Renata. Something had softened in 6 months. The rigidity had lessened. That color suits you, she said, nodding at the sweater. You should wear burgundy more often. Renata blinked in surprise. Thank you, Beatrice. Are you still coming for Sunday dinner? If the invitation is still on the table, it's always on the table. She paused. And Renata, bring that pad thai again. I ran out of the leftovers you left last week. When Luna and Beatrice left, Leonardo and Renata were alone at the table. My mother just asked me to cook for her, Renata said, still processing. I told you she just needed time. 6 months is a good seed round of time. It was worth every second. Leonardo took a small velvet box from his pocket. Renata froze. Before you panic, he said quickly. It's not an engagement ring. Yet. Someday, when we're both ready. He opened the box. It was a simple ring. silver with a small purple amethyst. "It's a promise," he said. "A promise that I will keep choosing you every day, on the good days and the hard ones, when your pride fights my stubbornness, when we are afraid, always." Renata held out her trembling hand. Leonardo slipped the ring on. "What if I graduate, and the platform doesn't work? Then we pivot," he said. "Together, together." Renata laughed through tears. "You're an idiot, my idiot!" They kissed over the table where it all began, where Luna had innocently asked if he was waiting for someone else, where Leonardo had confessed 6 months of stolen glances, where Renata had learned that sometimes the best things arrive when you stop running. They left the exchange hand in hand. "You know what?" Renata said. "I never thanked you." "For what?" "For waiting for me all those Thursdays." "Thank me." "Renata, you're the one who restored my value. We both did." "Yes." Leonardo turned her toward him. "We both did." In the distance, they saw Luna emerging from the salon with Beatrice, skipping excitedly, her nails painted bright purple. They walked through the streets of San Francisco. A widowed venture capitalist, a future data scientist, a 7-year-old who believed in complex family ecosystems. It wasn't the family either of them had planned. It was better, because it was chosen, built, and earned day by day, with courage and love. As the summer sun bathed them, the three of them knew they had found exactly what they needed. Not someone else, but exactly this.